Good morning. Welcome to morning conversation. This morning I am just hanging out at the park with my old girl Bella, and yeah, we walked around a little bit already, very little, maybe 5 minutes. She pooped, she smelled stuff, she ate a little grass, and then I set up the blanket, and now she's chewing on this cowhide. So that's what I'll talk about this morning is it's important to know your dog. Know what they like to do. Just because your previous dog used to love to go to the park and play ball, play fetch, and your current dog doesn't really seem to understand that game or get it, doesn't mean there's something else that they might not enjoy. It doesn't mean they don't equally enjoy just wandering around with you, sniffing trees, sniffing the grass, rolling around in the grass. Maybe you run away from them, they get to chase you. Maybe you do a little bit of that. But not every dog's the same. Not every dog enjoys the same activities. So for Bella, she's going on 15 years old. Was there a time that she liked to run and play tug of war? Yeah, for sure. She played tug of war, chase me, grab the tug toy again, we'd play, and we'd do that. She's never really been a fan of fetch and playing ball, but know your dog. If you've got multiple dogs in the house, know which ones really like playing fetch, which ones really like playing tug of war, which ones really like just wandering around and exploring with you, and provide that for them. It's not to say that, the ones that don't really seem to enjoy fetch aren't ever going to play fetch or can't enjoy it or won't enjoy it, but maybe they will, maybe they won't. But if all you're trying to do is get that dog to play fetch, are they having a good time? No. Right? It's like a parent signing their kid up for a sport, let's say soccer, and the kid really doesn't enjoy it. The kid really would rather play basketball, but the parents want him to play soccer because maybe the parents played soccer, maybe the kid's older brother played soccer, or older sister played soccer, and so the younger kid, this is a soccer family. But really maybe the kid's not even super good at soccer. Maybe he's better at basketball, and he enjoys basketball more, so should let them play basketball and encourage that. So for Bella, being almost 15 years old, we're just hanging out at the park. This is enjoyable. This is something, no matter age, doesn't matter. This is something I recommend people do often with their dogs. If you're not coming to the park and just hanging out, get a blanket, find a bench, and just sit for 20, 30, 40 minutes instead of spending that time playing, spending that time walking, spending that time running. If you're not doing this once a month at least, you're missing a huge opportunity. It's a huge training opportunity just to be able to sit and listen to planes overhead, watch birds fly around, watch other people walk around. Stillness must be practiced. So if you want your dog to be better at being still, being calm, being present with you, you need to practice that. You got to practice that. And practicing stillness means not moving, not walking around. It means sitting for at least an equal amount of time that you normally walk. So if you spend 5 hours a week walking, at some point I would suggest you spend 5 hours of stillness with your dog, or have your dog at least practice 5 hours of stillness, either on place, either come to the park and sit with you. And they're sitting, they're not standing and pacing around. You're having them sit or lie down, like Bella. Now, don't get it twisted. Bella's still got some fire in her at 14, going on 15 years old. Because if I try to take this toy, she'll get a little drivey. She'll get a little growly. Good job. Get it. Yes. Watch. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. Come on, Bells. Get it. Good girl. Come on, Mama. Let's go. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. There you go. So, get a blanket. Find a bench at the park. Get a book. Listen to your podcast. Whatever. Just sit with your dog. Or just be present with your dog and enjoy watching them. That's a good time. People ask me, do you give your dog bones? Do you give your dog things to chew on? This is a good time to have your dog chew on things. Not at home when you're gone, not in their kennel because you think that they need that or they're going to freak out if you leave. Not as a distraction because you're trying to work and you're on a call. When you're sitting with them, when you're here with them, that's the time. Her e-collar's a little loose. Yeah, e-collar. She's going on 15 years old, and guess what? I still leave the house with an e-collar on her. Better to have it and not need it. Once in a while, I have a client that, after I haven't seen them for a little while, they give me an update and they say, like, oh, I can't wait for the day when I don't have to use the e-collar. When our bond is so strong, I don't have to use the e-collar. All right. I mean, that doesn't seem very logical. I mean, think about it. Like, that's like saying, I hope one day my bond is so strong with my significant other, we don't need to use cell phones to communicate. We can just, you can just do it telepathically? Telekinetically, you can reach out and touch them? Like, you're an idiot. That's not the point of it. When someone says that, they're operating from the point of they still look at it, unfortunately, as this magic tool or this preventative tool that if the dog does something I don't like, I got this tool. I use it because I still need a line of communication. If I want to have her off leash, I still need a way to communicate with her. That's it. It's like a Bluetooth leash. Okay, I either got the phone to my ear and it's touching me, or I don't. And I got an earpiece in. So, yeah, I mean, if I leave the house with my dogs, they got an e-collar on. Do I use it all the time? No, that's a different matter. And they don't behave differently whether the e-collar's on or off. It's there if I need it. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay? Because it's those times that you need it and then you don't have it that you lose your dog gets injured, your dog injures somebody else, or it just causes a whole bunch of stress on you because, oh my God, you almost got away. Oh my God, you didn't listen. Or you're frustrated and now you're frustrated at your dog for running off and not listening to you because that one time out of maybe 100 or one time out of 1,000 that they decide to not listen and they decide to chase after something. That's a dog behavior, chasing. You can guarantee that at some point your dog's going to chase something. Okay? So, I have an e-collar on if I leave the house. Period. Right now, I don't even know if the remote's on. It's in my pocket. Yeah, it's not even on. I have it. I should turn it on. I'll turn it on right now. It's on. Bella works at a 2 out of 100. So, what's this, Mama? What's this? What's this? She's like, I don't want that tug toy. She works at a 2 out of 100. Oh, let me see this. Give me this. Give me this. So I could still play and be playful with her. Good girl. Good job. Get it. Come on. Come on. Come on, Bess. Anyway, know your dog, know their personality. What do they like to do? What are they capable of doing? Bess, what's this? You gonna lay over there now? Come here. Come on. Come on. you know. Lots of people want their dog to play fetch, and like, how do I want him to play fetch? Maybe he doesn't want to. Now, there's reasons that dogs may or may not want to that can be worked through. But what does he like to do? Does he like to chase you? Does he like to play tug of war? What does he like to do? How about let's start there. Let's start and build from what the dog likes to do rather than what you would like the dog to do. And that's ultimately the essence of my training philosophy, is reach your dog before you teach your dog. Connect with your dog before you try to get them to do stuff you want them to do. Fulfill their needs first. And then what do you need from them? I want to put a leash on her because this guy walking through, his dog just takes him wherever. Hey, Bella, come here. Hey. Out. Come here. Out. His dog walk him right the hell over here. He just follows wherever. So, why I put a leash on her? Quite frankly, because you got to know your environment. That guy has zero control of his dog. I see him walk every morning. His dog literally just pulls him on whatever path in the park he wants to go. He stays 7 feet out in front of him on a harness, completely disconnected. And at any point, that dog could just change course and start pulling him over here. And I need to make sure that I have control of her so that I can control that dog, because he's not in control of that dog and he's not about to be. So I can just be proactive. Anyway, yeah. Do what your dog likes to do. Do what your dog likes to do. And start there. If you want, let's say they don't play fetch, they don't chase a ball, but you want them to. But let's say that they do play tug of war. Play tug of war. Maybe they like to chase you and play a little bit of tug of war. Do that more and stop focusing on the things they don't do that you want them to do, and watch what happens. If you play to their strengths as far as play and what they enjoy, the other ones will start to come around, because now you're not imposing your will on your dog. You are providing an outlet for them. You are providing a solution for them. You are providing pleasure for them. If they don't like playing fetch and you just keep trying to play fetch, keep trying to play fetch, keep trying to play fetch, is that very pleasurable for them? No. They're sitting there like, God, I just want to just get a tug toy. I just want to play tug. I just want to bite on things and have you pull, or I just want you to chase me, or I just want to chase you, or I want to wrestle and hand fight. But no, you want to play fetch, and so that doesn't provide a whole lot of pleasure, a whole lot of outlet for your dog. You're now not really part of their solution. You're really just not even a teammate. You're not even you're really not a part of the problem so much, but you're definitely not providing pleasure. So they're going to look for it elsewhere. Instead, do what they enjoy doing, and then the other things will start to fall in place. If they like playing tug of war, play the hell out of tug of war. And then through tug of war, start working on your sits. Start working on your automatic sits when they let it go. Then start working on your downs. And then play tug, and then start working on your downs when they let it go. Start working on automatic downs when they let it go. And start working on moving away from them and calling them. And then eventually, now, when they become more uninhibited in playing with you and you've provided a lot of outlet, watch what happens. They'll start to show interest in doing other types of play. Maybe it's fetch, maybe it's wrestling, maybe it's flirt pole. All right. So anyways, yeah, it's the morning conversation. It's just hanging out with Bella. We don't need to walk around the park. She's perfectly happy doing this. This is fulfilling for her. We're out in nature. We're not inside the house. You know, you might say, well, yeah, you could be sitting on the couch. And my dogs sit on the couch, chew on a bone, or sit on the floor and chew on their bone. What's the difference? The difference is we're out in nature. The difference is there's things going on around us. There's a whole lot of difference. You don't see the difference because you're fucking lazy. You don't see the difference because you haven't put in the work to take your dog out to the park. So again, lazy. You don't like, so, well, what's the difference? My dog chews a bone at home all the time. If you have that thought, get the fuck out of here. Go watch another channel. I don't got time for lazy people. I don't got time for closed-minded people. So, but this is training. This is fulfillment. This is what it should look like more often for people. It doesn't always need to be go, 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 go. Just come and sit with your dog and enjoy their company and let them enjoy your company and bring a toy for them to chew on. If I wasn't doing my morning conversation right now, I'd probably just be laying here looking up at the sky, meditating. I might have brought a book. I might have just sat here and listened to her chewing and enjoyed that sound. Watching, we got a dog playing fetch over here. We got a big white fluffy doodle over here walking. We got another dog over here walking around. Might just enjoy the morning, the quiet. You know, this big old white fluffy dog over here, the mom's looking at like, why is someone just sitting in the park so early? Well, why are you walking through the park with a retractable leash on your dog? Do what your dog needs, do what your dog enjoys, and the rest of things will fall into place. Get on the blanket. Come here. Give me this. Give me this. So I don't, unless you have a really good relationship with your dog, I don't recommend just taking a very high value, something that they value a lot, just like that from them. Just as a disclaimer, I can with her. I've had her for 15 years, so it's much better to teach them out and then give it back so that there's not conflict. Out. Right? Good girl. Rather than just come in and take it. But I also like to push Bella's button. I like to get her riled up. She's going to move away from me because I'm pissing her off. Come here, Bells. Come on. Bella. Come on. Bells. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. What's this? Come on. She just wants that rawhide to herself. Hey, let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good girl. What's this? What's this? So right there, I gave her a tap on the collar at a 2. She kept walking away. That's follow through. I'm not mad at her. There you go. But we're gonna chew it on the blanket. Yeah, good girl. And I'll stop messing with her. I'll stop taking it away from her. Good job, Mama. What else was on my mind this morning? I don't know, we're probably at the 20 minute mark. I try to keep these under 20 minutes. So, so right now she's looking at this dog, this kind of shepherd dog, and this big doodle just walking by about 30 yards beyond us. This is why stillness and practicing stillness is important. Can your dog just sit here and watch two people walk by? Most likely that answer is no. Why? Because you don't ever practice being still. You're always practicing moving. You're always practicing, look at me. Here's a treat. Look at me. No. Scruffy, no. Scruffy. Look at me. Scruffy. Tension, anxiety, pressure. That's the name of your interaction with your dog. I mean, this dog's playing fetch. So, running around. And this guy's an idiot and walks right towards people and throws the ball, like, but whatever. That's most people, quite frankly. That's most people. Idiots. That's most people that own a dog. Idiots. 95% of people have no business owning a dog, period. So, if that offends you, good. You're probably one of those people. Otherwise, it wouldn't offend you. Why do I say that? Because most people aren't willing to take the time to learn what their dog actually needs. And doing this and sitting on a blanket and practicing stillness is something your dog needs. Your dog doesn't need to walk around your neighborhood on the concrete and pavement, passing your neighbors and so you can talk and say hi to your neighbors. Your dog needs to get out into nature. But most people aren't willing to learn those things, what their dog actually needs, what's missing in their dog's life. And if they do learn it, they're too lazy to provide it. That's why most people don't deserve and shouldn't have a dog. The people that are willing to learn it, good. That's fantastic. That opens up a higher percentage of people that could probably and should probably have dogs. You still got to implement it though. And that takes work and discipline. Come on. But what your dog needs is fulfillment on a species level. They don't need a dog bed. They don't need a basket full of toys. They don't need pepperonis. First of all, look at the back of a package of pepperonis or whatever yummy looking treat you got at PetSmart. And I guarantee you that one of the ingredients on there is sugar or corn syrup, brown rice, meal or powder or some shit like that, starch. You think honey, sugar, honey, corn syrup, you think those things are good for your dog? They're not. I got news for you. Your dog can't process sugar and carbohydrate the same way people can. It's actually really hard on their system. So again, education is primary reason that most people shouldn't have dogs, because they're not willing to educate themselves on the dog and what their dog needs. The knowledge is out there, but most people won't and choose not to implement it. And they say, oh, I can't implement it. It's too hot. I can't do this. I can't do that. Again, what can you do? My dog doesn't like to play fetch. Great. What do they like to do? Let's do more of that. So, all right, we'll end this morning conversation. I'm going to walk Bella around a little bit and we'll call it a day. I hope everyone has a good day. Yeah, get it. Yeah. Get it. Yeah, you show your teeth, Bells. Good job. Good girl.